So today is Friday, the social path to peace, and I was at the library. They were about to close. There was only two of us left in there, but the library attendants, it was a larger library, and the library attendants were out somewhere. So this guy approached me and asked me what time they closed. And I told him I wasn't sure because my mind just is all over the place, but it was between this time and this time I thought. I was in this area where you kind of had to walk around. There was like a divider. So really, if you wanted to have a serious conversation, you had to walk around and face me. And he was by my back asking me this. So, I turned around, and because of these glasses too, when I look just on the side, I can't really have full eye contact with the person. So I'm twisted really weird, and I'm trying to look straight at him. Anyways, he asked me that question, and then he starts asking me other questions, and he's like, oh, what do you do, and what are you here for? And, he just starts small chatting with me. Now, when I got a good look at the guy, he was beautiful. He was beautiful. And so my tongue got a little tied, and, I'm trying to talk back to him and, not be rude and be courteous. Plus, I was interested to talk to him, but I was also in the back of my head thinking, oh my gosh, I look terrible, and, yada, yada, yada. I didn't have socks on at the time, and I have these flip-flops. My feet have some dust on them, and, whatever. So I'm just oh. So, but he couldn't see any of that because the way he was positioned. And so he keeps asking me questions, which tells me he wants to talk. He's asking me the questions. So I continue talking to him, and I ask him questions back, and we kind of go back and forth for a little while. And then he can see that I'm straining. Again, I'm trying not to be rude too. I like to have eye contact with someone I'm trying to talk to. So he can see that I'm straining, so he walks around the divider, and then he looks at me, and, I think he sees my clothes, but then he definitely looks down at my feet. And it's kind of okay, it's winter, she's got flips. In my mind, this is where his head is, right? It's winter, she's got flip-flops on, and her feet are a little dirty, and her clothes don't really look that put together. Whether or not that means homelessness or that just means I'm not up to his level, either way. And my hair is greasy. I'm amazed that he was even talking to me. Anyways, he looked at me, and then he looked down at my feet, and then, ended the conversation fairly quickly. Not quick, not rude, but, he was done, and, and so I thanked him, and, he left and went and sat back down. I went to the bathroom, and I was packing up my stuff, ready to leave. And because I watch a lot of YouTube, and the last so many months before I started my channel up again, I was watching a lot of stuff on relationships, male-female relationships. I read a lot of comments too of guys saying that they never get complimented. Girls get complimented all the time, women get complimented, but men never get complimented. And some of these men are I've not been complimented ever in my whole life, which that might sound a little extreme, but I don't know. Maybe they mean just by a stranger. Certainly somebody in their life somewhere said something nice. Anyways, because of that, and just the overwhelming comments and videos that I've just watched by men that feel ostracized and lonely and misunderstood and not heard, outcasted by our society nowadays, and just by life and by women, I was what, I'm going to go back to him and thank him for the conversation and compliment him. So I walked over there, and this is where I'm telling you guys, I'm not really afraid to talk to strangers. And in my head, I'm probably never going to see this person again. So even if I make a fool of myself, I don't care. But definitely, the way I'm coming off, just because of how awkward it was and because of the compliment I'm about to give him, I walked up to him, and I'm I just want you to know I'm not full on hitting on you. I just want you to know I watch a lot of these videos about men expressing their loneliness and that they're not complimented very much and not seen in society. And I want you to know the conversation you just had with me was really uplifting, and it was really nice. It was nice just to have somebody talk to me and in such a kind manner. And Um, and I also think you're very good looking. You're very attractive. It was enjoyable just to speak to you on that level. But anyways, he was like, "Whoa, what the heck?" But yeah, well, so anyways, he's like, "Well, thank you, yeah, And so since I told him he was attractive, he's like, "Oh, and you have beautiful eyes." I don't think he meant that, but he was, being polite. And so, anyways, that's my 20-minute conversation with a stranger. And it was nice. It was nice. Okay, bye.